Magandang araw mga ka-PTEC. Let's have a quick rundown of a review material for professional education under the topic Child and Adolescent Development. The Child and Adolescent Development of CAD. No? So this will be a very quick one that will focus on the recall of the common terms that are being used under this particular topic. No? So we are already in session number 14 under professional education. Interchanging po yung ginagawa po natin for the general ed. So last session, yung session 13 po natin ay nakafocus siya under general education. So this one, session 14 naman will be professional education under child and adolescent development. So as I've mentioned, this will be a quick rundown of the recall questions relative to CAD. Let's start off question number 1. What is the stage of cognitive development proposed by Jean Piaget that occurs from birth to about 2 years old? A. Concrete operational stage. B. Formal operational stage. C. Pre-operational. Or D. Sensory motor stage. For question 1, correct answer here is from 0 to 2 years old. Ang tamang sagot po natin ay sensory motor. So practically there are 4 stages as mentioned in the choices, and from 0 to 2, ito po yung sensory motor, 2 to 7 ay ang pre-operational, 7 to 11 ay ang concrete operational, and 11 years old and older, ito po yung tinatawag natin na formal operational. We go on with question number 2. What term describes the emotional bond that forms between an infant and their primary caregiver? A. Attachment. B. Autonomy. C. Identity. Or C or D. Socialization. Is it attachment, autonomy, identity, or socialization? For question number 2, the correct answer is attachment. No? So you see that even if no particular connection, basta may caregiver na unang nakita yung isang bata or an infant, there will always be the development of an attachment between the infant and the primary caregiver. Question number 3, which of the following is a milestone of gross motor development typically achieved during infancy? A. Walking independently. B. Solving simple puzzles. C. Drawing recognizable shapes. Or D. Reading simple sentences. We talk about gross motor development during infancy. Kapag infant pa lang, ano kaya yung pinaka, kumbaga, general average ay nagagawa ng isang infant. Yan. They can already walk independently. No? For number 3, it's letter A. Number 4, what is the approximate age range for the terrible twos stage of child development as coined by most educators? Yung terrible twos na stage ng development ay nasa birth to 1 year, 1 to 2 years, 2 to 3 years, or 3 to 4 years. For question 4, correct answer is 2 to 3 years. Question number 5, what is the term for the ability to understand and regulate one's own emotions and those of others? A. Empathy. B. Emotional intelligence. C. Socialization. Or D. Morality. Empathy is putting yourself in the shoes of another person. Emotional intelligence, socialization, and morality. Ang tamang sagot po natin for number 5 ay emotional intelligence. Question 6. According to Erickson's theory of psychosocial development, what is the primary task of adolescents? During the adolescent stage, A. Nagkakaroon ba ng trust versus mistrust? B. Autonomy versus shame and doubt? C. Initiative versus guilt? Or D. Identity versus the role confusion? During the adolescent stage, ang primary task na or yung dilemma, as we call it, na nafe-face ng ating mga adolescent ay ang letter D, identity versus the role confusion. They started develop their own identity. If not, nagkakaroon ng role confusion as to what role will they be performing. Question 7. What term describes the process through which children acquire the beliefs, values, and behaviors of their culture? A. Socialization. B. Cognitive development. C. Identity formation. Or D. Emotional regulation. For question 7, keywords natin dito, yung acquisition ng beliefs, values, and behaviors of their culture ay letter A, socialization. Question number 8, which of the following is a characteristic of the pre-operational stage of cognitive development according to Piaget? A. Conservation. B. Abstract reasoning. C. Egocentrism. Or D. Logical thinking. Again, the pre-operational stage, mm, ang age range po nito ay 2 to 7 years old, yung pre-operational, according to Piaget. Nagkakaroon ng symbolic thinking or the use of proper syntax and grammar to express concepts. Imagination and intuition are strong during this period, but complex abstract thoughts are still difficult. Conservation is already developed. Kaya, ang question number 8, yan, letter C, egocentrism. Ibig sabihin nito, pag egocentrism, ang kanilang understandable naman, that the center of everything is their identity, their personality. Sila yung dapat yung sentro ng lahat, sa akin lahat. Okay. Question 9. What is the term for the physical changes that occur during adolescence, including the development of the primary and secondary sexual characteristics? So very common definition. A. Cognitive development. B. Identity formation. C. Puberty. Or D. Emotional regulation. For question number 9, it's letter C. Puberty. Question number 10. What is the primary cognitive milestone of the complete operational stage according to Piaget? Again, nandito na tayo sa primary, andito na po tayo sa concrete operational stage. Pag concrete operational stage, it is existing or will happen between 7 to 11 years old. Concepts attached to concrete situations. Time, space, and quantity are understood and can be applied but not as independent concepts. So in here, ang ating question number 10, ang pinaka-tamang sagot ay conservation. Yan yung pinaka-primary cognitive milestone of the concrete operational stage. Ang conservation, ang ibig sabihin ng conservation is that even if, for example, yung the water is placed in a flask, and then the volume will be measured. If the volume or the water will be then placed in another container, ang nangyayari is that yung height niya ay nagbabago. Say, for example, you put it in a flat container. So kapag may conservation na, malalaman pa rin ng bata na no matter what the container may be, the amount will still be constant, will still be the same. Yun yung konsepto ng tinatawag natin na conservation. Question 11, what is the term for the process by which children develop a sense of right and wrong? A. Cognitive development. B. Identity formation. C. Moral development. Or D. Emotional regulation. Correct answer? Moral development. Question number 12. What is the term for the psychological conflict experienced by infants according to Erik Erikson's theory during the first year of life? A. Trust versus mistrust. B. Autonomy versus shame and doubt. C. Initiative versus guilt. Or D. Industry versus inferiority. For question 12, Keyword, infants. During this first year of life, ano nangyayari? The dilemma under this one is yung trust versus mistrust. All right? You give positive environment or you give the necessary conditions, no, for the child to grow on this stage, nagkakaroon ng trust. But if not, nagkakaroon ng mistrust. In the same manner as the different stages, no, according to Eric Erickson. For question number 13, which of the following is a milestone of fine motor development typically achieved during infancy? Again, mga kapitek, these are all recall questions because we would like to cover as much topic as possible by looking into how much you've done already under this topic. No? And then eventually, sa mga susunod na mga videos natin, we'll be providing you with yung mga situational questions where you can apply itong mga konsepto na ito. Okay? Sa mga hindi pa subscribe, no? Ay mag-subscribe na po kayo para makakuha pa kayo ng iba pang mga contents coming from our team from the PTEC dito po nagagaling sa Dagupan City. Which of the following is a milestone of fine motor development typically achieved during infancy? A, crawling, B, grasping objects, C, walking independently, or D, riding a bicycle? Correct answer? Grasping objects. Okay. We talk about fine motor development typically achieved during infancy. Fine motor development, grasping, because yung kanyang development ay even yung kanyang mga daliri ay kaya na niyang makontrol. Nagkakaroon ng development ng mga fine motors. Question 14, what is the term for the understanding that objects continue to exist even when they cannot be seen, heard, or touched? A, egocentrism, B, object permanency, conservation, or D, abstract reasoning? Keywords natin dito ay they continue to exist even if they cannot be seen. So, object permanence yun. May pinakita kang object dun sa bata, tinakpan mo ng papel or whatever that can cover it. Pag alam ng bata na nandun pa rin yung object na yun, even if tinakpan, then that is object permanence. The one thing na binabanggit natin kanina ay baka magkaroon kayo ng pagkakapalit ng konsepto doon sa term na conservation. Question 15. What is the term for the set of emotional, social, and behavioral characteristics that define an individual's identity? Again, ang keywords natin, set of emotional, social, and behavioral characteristics. A, personality, B, temperament, C, attachment, or D, emotional regulation. Question 15, the correct answer is personality. Okay. Question 16, according to Eric Erickson, what is the psychological conflict experienced during early childhood or from ages 3 to 6? A, trust versus mistrust. B, autonomy versus shame and doubt. C, initiative versus guilt. Or D, industry versus inferiority. During the early childhood, age 3 to 6, ang conflict ay ang letter C, no? Initiative versus guilt. Nauna na po kanina yung trust versus mistrust na nabanggit natin. So, initiative versus guilt will be for ages 3 to 6, early childhood. Question 17. Which of the following is a characteristic of the formal operational stage of cognitive development according to Piaget? Characteristic of the formal operational stage. Ano nga ba itong mga characters ng formal operational stage? Again, A, concrete thinking, B, egocentrism, or C, abstract reasoning, or D, object permanence. So, pag sinabi natin na formal operational stage, ito ay age 11 and up. So, theoretical, hypothetical, and counterfactual thinking, no? Abstract logic and reasoning, strategy and planning become possible. Concepts learned in one context can be applied into another. So, relatively higher na ito. Ang tamang sagot po natin dito for question 17 ay abstract reasoning. Kagaya ng nabanggit kanina, theoretical, hypothetical, and counterfactual thinking. Okay, abstract logic ay nandiyan na rin or abstract reasoning. Actually, yung pinakamataas no, na stage according to the cognitive development ni Piaget. Okay. Question 18, what is the term for the ability to regulate one's emotions in response to environmental stimuli? A, emotional intelligence, B, temperament, C, socialization, or D, identity formation. For question 18, it's letter A, emotional intelligence. Because a child can now regulate yung kanyang emotion as to the different stimuli, that are being presented to him. Question 19, what is the term for the set of inherited traits that influence an individual's behavior and reactions to the environment? A, personality, B, temperament, C, attachment, or D, identity formation. Ang keyword natin dito for 19 ay yung inherited traits na tinatawag that can influence individual's behavior. So kapag inherited yung trait, kagaya ng question kanina, personality yung sagot. But in here, kapag inherited, we talk about the inherited traits, genetically related na traits that can influence the behavior of a person, ang tawag po natin doon ay temperament. Okay? Finally, for question number 20, what is the term for the psychological conflict experienced by the school-age children according to Erickson's theory that will range from age 6 to 12? A, trust versus mistrust. B, autonomy versus shame and doubt. C, initiative versus guilt. Or D, industry versus inferiority. Question number 20, from 6 to 12, ang tamang sagot ay letter D, industry versus inferiority. Okay. Again, mga kapitek, ang mga tanong na ito, mga keywords, recall questions, remembering questions, understanding questions, but that would be the foundation of the higher level na development. So that's the reason why we need to recall itong mga terms muna na ito, and then later on, sa mga susunod na videos natin, ay bigyan natin ng mga malakasang mga situational questions that will test the ability natin na kung gaano handa kayo para sa upcoming na licensure examination for teachers. So may pahabol tayo na tip ha, mga kapitek na magte-take ng let. Huwag kakalimutang magdala ng chocolate during the test. Okay? Magdala po kayo ng chocolate, napaka-importante nan. Before you take the test, sabihin na natin na mga 20 or 30 minutes before, kahit na siguro sabihin mo medyo busog ka pa, mag-take ka na ng chocolate, no? It's very important. It provides you with lasting energy. Ayan. More energy that can be derived from chocolates. Alright? Hanggang dito na lang muna mga kapitek, 20 items tayo. Sa susunod, balik tayo sa Gen Ed and major subjects naman ang tututukan natin. So, follow for more. Please don't forget to subscribe and share our content. Maraming salamat mga kapitek.